The richest man on Asia, his fortune 92 billion. Selling water bottles, now he owns Nongfu Spring Corporation. The story of Zhang Shanshan, China's king of bottled water. Human beings have managed to put value into numerous things throughout history. This concept changed mainly on the culture as the first world considered precious metals such as silver and gold to be the driving force behind their imperial economies. Yet on the other side of the world, smaller things like corn, beans, and even livestock were used to measure wealth, value, and how powerful someone could be within that society. In today's world, to think that a cow or a bull could be worth more than gold is ludicrous. But what about something more simple, perhaps a vital part of humanity's survival as a species? Something that has managed to keep us alive for millions of years and that many times it goes unnoticed just for always being there for the majority of people. This is water. And the future is smiling at those who instead of gold, silver, or even diamond, harvest the liquid of life. Such is the case of China's newest biggest billionaire, Zhang Shanshan, chairman and founder of Nongfu Spring, a bottled water company. Today, we'll be looking at Shanshan's life and work, as well as discussing his rise to billionaire status and just how this humble man that began his career as an elementary school dropout ended up becoming one of the world's biggest businessmen. This is the story of Zhang Shanshan. Before we dive in, please consider subscribing to the channel and activating notifications in order to stay connected with the greatest stories from the business world. Without further ado, let's begin. Early life. Born in Hangzhou in 1954, Shanshan's childhood was rough, to say the least. He had to drop out of elementary school at just 12 years old due to the beginning of the Cultural Revolution in the country, a violent socio-political purge movement that aimed to destroy any capitalist remnants in China. Although he was probably too young to even comprehend the reason why he had to put his education at a stop, Shanshan's parents didn't take any chances, fleeing Hangzhou and looking for a safe haven as both refugees and fugitives of the current government. When the revolution ended, Zhang got a degree in journalism from a local university and worked as a reporter in the early 1980s. After a 5-year stint as a journalist, Zhang attempted to go into business for himself, selling a variety of goods, from mushrooms to nutritional supplements derived from turtles. However, this gave him insightful knowledge of business and administration, an incredible feat considering his dark past. Shanshan would eventually gather enough money to fund a company of his own. Business life. Nongfu Spring was founded in 1996 and launched its first packaged drinking water product a year later, with water sourced from Zhejiang's Thousand Island Lake. Zhang managed to spot a huge opportunity and capitalize on it due to the fact that China's tap water was and remains mostly undrinkable, with its own National Ministry of Water Resources saying that more than 80% of the country's groundwater was unsafe for consumption. Another attribute to the success has been Shanshan's ability to convince Chinese consumers that Nongfu's water is of higher quality than any of its competitors. His company's slogan, "Nongfu tastes a bit sweet," has become a household phrase across China. Due to this titanic market demand and Shanshan's business knowledge, Nongfu managed to grow and acquire companies while at it, eventually becoming China's biggest producer of bottled water, while also making teas and juices on the side. The company's distribution cannot be ignored as they pose one of the largest and most efficient distribution networks today. Nongfu is sold throughout the country like hot bread, with their iconic red lids being found from corner stores all the way to high-end hotels and boutiques. The company has also done wonders to spread better health awareness through its marketing and branding, making consumers more conscious about the water they consume on a regular basis. This success has taken China by surprise, as Nongfu is perhaps the biggest company in Asia that does not have ties to the technological industry at all. At the same time, China's bottled water market has skyrocketed alongside the country's economic boom. The International Bottled Water Association estimated that in 2013, China consumed 39.5 billion liters of bottled water compared to 2.8 billion liters just 16 years before. Zhangjian also funded Wantai in 1993, a pharmaceutical company that has also managed to become a giant of its industry, with him holding a 75% stake. In the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, this company has hit prominent interest, with its shares rising to more than 2,000% due to their development of the COVID-19 vaccine and their capabilities to supply both China and the rest of the world. Wantai were also one of the first pharmaceuticals to mass-produce coronavirus test kits. Going public. In 2018, Nongfu was China's top bottled water seller, controlling a 26% share of the country's bottled water market. Zhang added other products like energy drinks and vitamin waters to the company's portfolio, and in September 2020 brought the bottled water behemoth to the public market, debuting with a valuation of 48 billion. The year's success can be attributed due to investors seeing this market as a safe bet amid the turbulent economic climate, as this sector is immune to any global economic shock or international tensions between superpowers such as China and the United States. However, Nongfu's stock market launch was not the only one in Zhangjian's agenda. In April 2020, he also took public Wantai, reaching a market capitalization of roughly 17 billion on the Shanghai Stock Exchange. Both these decisions have made Zhangjian China's richest man, surpassing Alibaba's Jack Ma, although experts say his reign may not last long. Ma's e-commerce empire has been at the top for the last 6 years, and as the pandemic continues, Alibaba continues to rise as well, with technology still being ahead of water, yet this may also not be forever. Personal life. Zhang has long been nicknamed Lone Wolf by Chinese media for his reluctance to speak to the press or socialize in elite circles. So far, his newfound status as one of the 10 richest people on Earth hasn't changed his low-profile persona, stating to China Daily in 2016, "I don't like making friends with business people. In the business world, I want it to be just business." Conclusion. While Zhangjian's position at the top may not be permanent as other billionaires have, his impact in China and Asia has shown light to the impact of something as simple and vital for survival and well-being as water can have. His humble beginnings and modernity has shown the world that you don't need to have an incredible brand with the next big technological idea in mind to succeed. What you need is perseverance, the will to try, as well as having an anchor that keeps you grounded even when you are way above the clouds. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up as well as subscribing to the channel. We will continue covering the biggest stories in the business world, and we would love to have you with us for the ride. Please comment in the comment section below what stories would you like to hear next. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.